baked veggie burgers.
Hi everyone, I'm Gina and I'm a graduate student studying environmental policy at Memorial University of Newfoundland in Canada. The recipe I have for you today is a bit complex. There's a lot of different ingredients, but I'm trying to show you today my favorite way to make this, and I want you to make the recipe your own. So feel free to switch up any ingredient at any point in time as long as you have the three key components. A filler, so something that adds substance to your burger, whether it's sweet potato and lentil like we're using today, or whether you want to use cauliflower, carrots, chickpeas, other kidney beans. The choice is up to you. Some sort of binding agent. We're using chia seeds and tahini. You could use eggs, other nut butters. We're also using our rolled oats as a form of binder, as they'll absorb some of the liquid and add some structure to our burger. While rolled oats are probably one of your best whole grain choices, you can use breadcrumbs as a replacement. And the final component is flavor. Flavor is so wide open. We're using a variety in this recipe. We're using some spices, some tamari or soy sauce. We're also using the nut butters to add flavor. Feel free to make it your own. Now, let's get started.
Lentil burgers are a great alternative to meat burgers. Canada is the world's largest exporter of lentils to the global market, so they're definitely abundant and locally made in Canada, which is great. Lentils are also super easy to prepare. Unlike other members of the bean family, they do not need to be soaked before cooking. Simply measure, rinse, and add to boiling water. You want to have about double the amount of water as you do lentils. And give them a quick stir to make sure none stick to the bottom. Now I had it on high to get to boil, but I'm going to reduce the heat and cover. The lentils will take about 30 to 40 minutes to cook, so it's the perfect time to catch up on your favorite TV show while you prepare the rest of the dish. While my lentils are cooking, I've prepared the rest of my ingredients. I have about a cup of grated sweet potato, which I've used just on a regular grater. If you don't have a grater, you can chop it by hand. It just might take a while. It takes quite a while even grating.
Just keep grating, just keep grating.
A little over half a cup of chopped portobello mushroom, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, a little under a quarter of a cup of chopped onion, and a quarter of a cup of oats. The final ingredient mix is our secret flavor sauce. The sauce is made up of 4 ingredients: tamari, or soy sauce, almond butter, tahini, and a garlic clove. Any of these ingredients can be substituted for whatever you have in your cupboard, however you want your burgers to taste. I've used tamari in place of soy sauce as it's gluten-free. Regular soy sauce will work equally as good, or you can try some sort of mix of sesame oil, hot sauce, or whatever suits your fancy. In my flavoring sauce, I have roughly a tablespoon of almond butter, a teaspoon of tamari, a teaspoon of sesame tahini, and 1 clove of garlic. You can leave your mushrooms and onions raw. Sauté your mushrooms and onions up with a little bit of olive oil to really bring out the flavor. Add the sweet potatoes, mushrooms and onions, rolled oats, and special flavoring sauce into a bowl. Add hot water to your chia seeds and let them sit until they get to a thick pasty texture like this. You should be able to form it with your fingers. For about 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, I used about 3 tablespoons of hot water. In this case, I took my hot water directly from the pot of boiling lentils. Taste test your lentils to see if they're done. They should be soft and not chewy. Add those into the pot with your sweet potatoes, mushrooms and onions, and other ingredients. Also, at this point, add your chia seeds. Your chia seeds act as the binder. You want to mix everything very thoroughly to make sure the chia seeds are well dispersed throughout. At this point, you may want to taste test. The sweet potatoes will still be raw and chewy, but you can get a sense of the flavor. I've decided to add a mix of paprika, cayenne pepper, cumin, and black pepper into my mix for extra kick. Feel free to add any spice combination that you think you would enjoy. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. On a baking sheet with some parchment paper or tin foil to keep you from having to wash the pan, take handfuls of your mixture and pat it into patties. How large or small you want them is completely up to you. Bake for about 10 minutes on each side in a preheated oven on the middle rack. Take them out and flip them halfway through. They should be firm enough to stay together when you flip them. If they don't stay together, keep them in the oven a bit longer before you flip. Like this guy. He fell apart. After about another 10 to 15 minutes, they should be good to go. You'll notice that they're golden brown with the edges maybe a bit darker. These burgers will keep for 4 to 5 days in the fridge in a closed container, but may as well enjoy one now. The burgers will still have a soft texture, although they'll be crispy on the outside and the potato will be cooked through. Feel free to put them on a whole grain bun or eat them as is. I'm having them with a whole wheat bun and lettuce without any condiments, as I think the burgers are flavorful enough.
I hope you had fun making this recipe with me, and don't forget that your recipe can be as individual as you like it to be. The key ingredients are your filler, your binder, and your flavor. So maybe you want to have cooked cauliflower and chickpeas with an egg as the binder and some curry powder as the flavor. Make it your own, use as few ingredients or as many ingredients as you like, as long as you have the key three: the filler, the binder, and the flavor. Let's get cooking, or in my case, eating.